Imagine a world where the most powerful technologies ever created are developed and deployed not in the service of the greater good, but to advance the interests of a select few. A world where artificial intelligence, AI, becomes the ultimate tool of surveillance, manipulation, and control, and where the hard-won freedoms and values that define us as Americans are slowly eroded away. This is the future we face if we allow the development of AI to continue unchecked. A future where the immense potential of this transformative technology is captured by a narrow set of interests, and where the voice of everyday citizens becomes increasingly irrelevant. But there is another path, a path where AI is developed and deployed not in service of the few, but in partnership with the many, a path where the trajectory of this world-shaping technology is guided by the collective wisdom and values of engaged citizens like you. This is the path that we at Stakeholders Voice have been working on for the last 7 years, and it's finally available to every American citizen. This video is essentially the internal conversations we've been having about the future of AI and democracy for more than 6 months now, and we decided it's time to bring you into that conversation. In the next few minutes, I invite you to join us on a journey to understand why this path is not just desirable, but ultimately necessary, and how together we can make it a reality. To understand what's at stake, we need to grasp just how profoundly AI is poised to reshape our world in the coming years and decades. Already, we're seeing the beginnings of this transformation in fields from healthcare to finance, transportation to education. AI is enabling breakthroughs in disease diagnosis and drug discovery, optimizing supply chains and financial markets, paving the way for autonomous vehicles and personalized learning at scale. But as the capabilities of AI grow exponentially, as they move from narrow applications to the far more powerful artificial general intelligence, AGI, they can match and exceed human performance in almost every way, the societal implications become truly staggering. And I'm not talking about societal disruption in 5 to 10 years. We're already seeing mass layoffs at the beginning of 2024. And this is just the beginning. The technology will only get better, and the societal changes more rapid. In the absence of broad public input and oversight, advanced AI could become a tool of unprecedented surveillance and social control. Imagine facial recognition and behavioral analysis deployed on every street corner, tracking your every move and predicting your every thought. Imagine hyper-targeted propaganda and misinformation, expertly tailored to exploit your deepest fears and desires. Imagine the levers of the economy, the media, and the political process manipulated by algorithms accountable to no one. On top of all this, the lack of alignment between AGI and the American people would most likely lead to widespread backlash and civil unrest. AI will either be a co-creator with all of us of an unimaginably bright future, or it will be seen as an oppressive force that must be defeated. We must take the path of collaboration. This isn't science fiction. It's the logical endpoint of an AI development path driven by the interests of a select few, not by the needs and values of us, the American people. Faced with such concerning prospects, such a stark reality, it's tempting to think that the solution is simply to slow down or halt the development of AI altogether. You may be thinking that if this technology poses such grave risks, shouldn't we simply put the brakes on it? But as understandable as this impulse is, it represents a false solution. The fact is, in a world of global competition and accelerating technological change, the development of AI is not something that any one country or company can unilaterally control. If the United States chooses the path of inaction, it will only cede the field to those actors who are willing to pursue AI development without regard for public input or democratic values. Indeed, we're already seeing concerning signs of an AI arms race as authoritarian countries pour vast resources into AI development, unencumbered by considerations of privacy or accountability. If the world's democracies fail to develop AI in accordance with the values and interests of their citizens, they risk being left behind and ultimately subsumed by the AI superpowers of the 21st century. So the path of inaction is not really an option. The question is not whether AI will reshape our world, but how and with whose values at its core. At Stakeholders' Voice, we believe there is a better way, a path where the development of AI is guided not by the interests of a narrow few, but by the values and aspirations of all of us. We call this path Human SBI Symbiosis. SBI stands for Silicon-Based Intelligence, a term we use to describe advanced AI systems that are developed and deployed in close partnership with human communities. Unlike traditional AI models that are designed to operate autonomously or to serve narrow interests, SBI is envisioned as a collaborator and co-creator. It's an AI that learns and evolves through ongoing interaction and exchange with citizens from all walks of life, absorbing their knowledge, their values, and even their goals, and using this rich input to develop capabilities that genuinely reflect and serve the greater good. Imagine, for example, SBI systems that are trained not just on narrow data sets, but on the diverse lived experiences and aspirations of millions of Americans. Imagine these systems being used to help tackle challenges that matter to real people, from designing more livable cities, to developing more sustainable energy solutions, to creating more equitable economic policies. In this symbiotic relationship, SBI is not a tool to be wielded by the few, but a partner in the collective project of building a world where we can all thrive. And the key to realizing this vision lies in creating new mechanisms for all of us, ordinary citizens, to actively shape the norms, values, and priorities that guide the development of SBI and our government more broadly. This is where the Stakeholders' Voice platform comes in. Our innovative system is designed to give Americans from all backgrounds and perspectives a direct voice in creating government policies, including how AI should be developed and deployed in service of the greater good. Through our innovative policy creation system, the SV platform enables diverse communities to find common ground and forge consensus around the principles and objectives that should steer the trajectory of AI in the United States. For example, through the SV process, a teacher in Miami, a nurse in Cleveland, and an engineer in Seattle could all contribute their unique insights and experiences to critical decisions about how AI should be used to improve education, healthcare, or urban planning in their communities. Guided by this collective input, SBI systems can then be developed and deployed in ways that genuinely reflect and serve the needs and values of the American people. And through ongoing cycles of feedback and iteration, these systems can continue to evolve and improve in partnership with the communities they serve. The potential benefits of this participatory, symbiotic approach to AI are immense. First and foremost, it helps ensure that the development of AI is aligned with the values and interests of as many of us as possible, rather than serving a narrow set of interests. By giving ordinary people, like us, a direct voice in shaping the trajectory of AI, the Stakeholders' Voice approach helps steer this powerful technology towards uses that genuinely benefit society as a whole and mitigates the greatest number of doomsday scenarios. Second, the SV model taps into the vast collective intelligence and creativity of the American people to drive breakthroughs in AI that a small group of experts could never achieve on their own. By involving citizens from all walks of life in the innovation process, we can surface novel ideas, anticipate unintended consequences, and develop AI systems that are more robust, adaptable, and beneficial than those created without broad input. Imagine for a moment if you could have millions of conversations with the brightest minds all at the same time and actually use all that information to expand and evolve in real time. The implications are truly staggering. The most advanced AI systems are likely already capable of this, but are being limited as a safety measure. Now, that's a prudent decision based on the current state of things, but with stakeholders' voice, these measures aren't necessary. Our vision aligns the intent and incentives of the general public, all of us, and the incentives of AI in a way that allows both to co-evolve in a way that truly positions us to lead the world into a bold, bright future. Third, the transparency and accountability built into the Stakeholders' Voice platform helps mitigate the risk of AI being misused or spinning out of control and going rogue. With the public playing an active role in monitoring and guiding the development of SBI, we can create an early warning system for potential abuses or negative impacts and correct course before it's too late. Also, because of the speed of iteration and evolution possible in the human AI symbiosis we're working towards, our benevolent SBI will likely be far more powerful than any rogue or narrow totalitarian controlled AI system could ever be. This ensures that we, as a democratic nation, have the tools to protect ourselves while also blazing a trail of human flourishing for other countries to follow. But perhaps most important, the Stakeholders' Voice model offers a powerful antidote to the existential threat posed by AI systems that are developed without broad public input and oversight. By empowering ordinary citizens to collectively shape the evolution of AI in accordance with democratic values, the SV approach helps ensure that the age of artificial intelligence will be an age of deepened democracy, not diminished or extinguished altogether. If you've made it this far, then you understand what's at stake as we stand at the threshold of an AI-powered future. You grasp the immense potential of this technology to drive human progress and flourishing, but also the grave risks it poses if developed without regard for democratic values and the public good. At this critical juncture, we face a choice. We can resign ourselves to a future where AI becomes the province of narrow interests, a future where the promise of this transformative technology is squandered, or even worse, turned against the very people it should serve. Or we can choose to fight for a different future, a future where AI is developed and deployed in symbiosis with the collective intelligence and values of us, the American people. A future where the power of our technology is matched by the wisdom and diversity of our democracy, and where innovation and equality go hand in hand. If you believe in this future, then we invite you to join us in making it a reality. By adding your voice to the Stakeholders' Voice platform, you can help shape the trajectory of AI in alignment with your values and aspirations for our country. You can be part of a national community of engaged citizens working to ensure that the AI revolution serves the interests of all Americans. The path ahead won't be easy. Being a trailblazer and an early adopter never is. But throughout our history, we've seen the power of ordinary people to drive extraordinary change when they come together for the greater good. From the civil rights movement to the moon landing, the greatest chapters of the American story have been written not by the plans of the few, but by the dreams and determination of the many. That same spirit of democratic hope and resilience is at the heart of Stakeholders' Voice. We believe that by uniting Americans across divides of geography, background, and belief, we can chart a course towards a future where AI and democracy, technology and humanity can thrive together in harmony. This is the promise of the Stakeholders' Voice Vision 2030. And it's a promise we need your help to fulfill. So join us today at stakeholdersvoice.com and let's start building the future we want to see. A future of shared prosperity, sustainability, and empowerment in the age of AI. The journey starts now. The destination is an America where silicon and soul, machine and citizen work together as partners in the great project of building a nation and a world that works for all. The choice is clear. The time is now. Join us today because we can do so much more together.